Hello, my loves. Welcome back to I'm Listening, a space where love becomes the mirror through which we see, feel, experience our existence. So, love led to the creation of this space. Love led me here. When everything clicked for me, I wanted to, it's like I wanted to release information. I wanted to connect with people through love, and I wanted people to understand the depth of love within themselves, because finally it clicked for me. Finally, the void, that meaning, greater meaning that I always felt I was searching for, I was looking for, I wanted to feel, it finally clicked. So I wanted to hold space with everyone who is undergoing the same journey, everyone who is stuck and feels confused. They don't know where to begin or where to look at. I wanted to hold space for not only women, men, children. I wanted to hold space for every soul in in this universe, and I wanted everyone to understand the depth, the length of love they hold within themselves. Not only then will everyone be able to understand the depth of life. Only then will everyone know how to hold themselves through this life, how to see the magical beings that they are. Only then will you get to experience the connection of you and your creator. And hence the formation of I am listening. And I am listening, even when I started the channel, I didn't have a name for it. With time, it's when I am listening evolved, and it occurred to me. I was just doing my things, and I it just came to my mind. It just came to my mind, and that's how God moves through you. When you don't know, I didn't know what to call the channel. I didn't even think like it would have a name. I just thought of, yeah, Zuli, like my name. And then I'm listening because I've always loved to listen. I've always loved to care. I've always loved being there for everyone. And I'm listening. It was speaking presence to me. It was speaking awareness to me. It was speaking humility to me. It was speaking, in the moment, in the moment. So, yeah, that's the whole point and the whole intention of this channel, to create love, to show love, to feel love, to express love, and for someone who is on the other side, who they feel stuck, they feel lost, they're winning, I get to hold space with them, you know, to teach this kind of love, the love. And maybe in the future, I love to master the art of teaching, where I can be holding classes. I can, you know, it's all in my mind. It's all in my mind, and I know step by step it's going to fusion. So the journey for me, love. When I asked to understand love, then life led me to see the walls that I have built around my heart, that shun me from seeing the love that I am already, the beliefs that I build around myself, that instead of connecting me to my creator, instead of connecting me to my wholeness, it actually it was taking from me. It's like something feeding on you. So the more you want to step forward, the more you feel your energy, it's like being sucked, the more you still want to find meaning, because there's a hole in you that's looking for that depth of life. So I got to see, not in one day, but every day it became an everyday thing where you're being called to trust in your inner voice. You're being called to accept to accept yourself, every part of you, know your emotions, how you reflect things, how you allow things to come to you. And yeah, life gave me experiences that demanded me to be courageous. It gave me experience that, unfolded the strength in me. And through walking the path, I became more and more aware of myself, because I was leading the path of my own voice. As much as it was shaky, as much as I didn't understand, that's where your faith is being called in, like to trust, even if I don't know the unknown, I don't know the path in front, but my voice has called me to step onto this path. Then I trust wherever it's leading me. It's leading me to growth. It's leading me to happiness. It's leading me to see something that will unfold within me. It's leading me to understand my wholeness as I desire. You see, so it's a journey that it's scary, love itself, because love is every emotion that we hold. Love is it's light, love is dark, and it's you to master how to accommodate yourself in the in which word am I going to use? To accommodate yourself in balancing in both the dark and both the light, to understand your own darkness, to understand your own light, so that you can be able to balance, you be able to trust in that voice. So there's a time in my life where I was hawking perfumes, and before the beginning of that adventure part of my life, yeah, at that time it was really hard. It was really hard, because looking at it through the lens that I had at that time, I was just like, wow, life has taken me to this point where now I have to hawk perfumes from person to person. Mind you, I am a very shy person, but I am learning. I am learning how to to voice myself out, and I love it. And at that time, I didn't know confidence. I had zero confidence, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know how I was going to do it, honestly. But I remember the first day selling the one bottle of perfume, and I just had to close everything and come back home. I went back home overjoyed, shaking, and overwhelmed with gratitude. Like, oh my God, it's just one bottle, but the depth of joy that I was feeling. So the following day, I woke up again. I used to go to some places I found about it when I am just doing my round and selling my perfumes. Some places, yes, I got fond of it, but the whole point, my realization, and it clicks, this was me being put out there, to interact with people, because I didn't know how to interact with people. I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to explain myself. But in this journey of selling perfume and hawking, like meeting, if I sell 30 perfumes, these are 30 people that I have met during on my day. And that downing on me was really amazing, that I could interact with 30 people, sell perfumes. And some people, they have their own days, good and bad days. Some people will shun you away, others will welcome you. You had to deal with all those feelings and emotions, what others people are carrying, and that's when you have to master your own emotions as well, not to be carried by if someone has answered me rudely or they've shunned me away, it's just them. It's not about me. And for me to be able to continue with my work and everything that I was doing without feeling, yes, it's a little bit hurtful, but then leaving it there and continuing my day. And I would meet some places that will just wow me, will just wow me, and I'll be grateful for the creation, and I got to actually exist in this creation as well, and actually I got to meet this place and experience the place. So with time I learned it was not just about hawking perfume and selling perfume. This was me opening up to my, I used to say, like, I cannot speak this, but there, universe gave me something that would demand me to speak, would demand me to come out of my shell, and all these decisions and choices, I was listening to me, like trusting my voice. And then even if I don't understand it or I don't know it's going to lead me, but surrendering the control, the need of wanting to know the next milestone before even me reaching the next milestones. So walking this path demanded me to be faith, to have that faith, and to be faithful, to be faithful to myself as well. If I have said that, I'm not going to do this, then I am not going to do it. And that's how I learned as well that, it takes a while to develop a voice, because, yeah, I took that courage of waking up every day. And even when um, so through this journey, everything that I was chasing, I realized that, I am the whole package of everything, the greatest piece of art that you will ever create is yourself. So that demanded from me to actually release the ties that were holding me, the beliefs that were holding me. Instead of moving forward, I'm just rotating in one place from job to job, feeling empty. But when I was walking this path, I found my strength, and actually being aware of those funny moments, like, oh my god, even today I spoke for myself. Yesterday I would maybe go cry myself, cry that feeling out, or just feel bad and just let it go. But I spoke for myself. So realization of those moments and actually living to those moments and being present is what kept on awaking more of me, and realizing that, I am one with my creator. And it's a lifelong, I think it's a lifelong teaching, and it's a lifelong growth. It's a lifelong growth as well, and I understood that, I don't want abundance. Abundance is there. God has created us with all the abundance in the world. It was for me to realize that, I am abundantly blessed. I am abundantly blessed, and stop looking for it outside me, realizing that it actually slowed me down. It slowed me more down, and I listened more to myself, and knowing that the purpose I was looking for, it's actually me, myself, me relearning, me growing, me rediscovering, this new path that is showing me, it's making me meeting with different women in myself. In some days I would cry because they were painful to release some things. You're used to that norm that, if I am kind, I cannot say no. If I say no, then I am seen as a bad person. Those kind of beliefs that if I stand up for myself, then this is not grace. I had to learn all those, and love taught me that, if I am tired, it's okay for me to rest. Love taught me that my presence is important. It's important, and it's a prayer in itself. Love taught me that strength is actually asking for help as well. The things that I was scared to do, I'd rather drown on my own and figure it out than voicing for help. So I understood these things along the way. And love taught me my patience does not mean that I am weak, does not mean that I should be silent. My patience can be voiced as well at the end of the day. That, love shows up in different forms, dark or light. Then I have to stand with it and understand, and know where I lie, where my strength is at the end of the day. And through the journey, I wrote like 8 reflections that I have learned along the way to this moment right now. So Number one, I learned that you are both the artist and the canvas. Life is not just something that happens to us. Life evolves through our desires. So every choice, every healing, every moment, every act of love is a brushstroke shaping who we become. So every choices that I make, it's it's shaping me. It's speaking for me. You know. So that's where I learned as well how to place my boundaries, how to speak for myself, to know that I am the captain of my life and I should trust me. I have all the wisdom within me. So if I learn to listen to me, then life is going to lead me to places that they're going to give me strength. It's going to lead me to places where I feel seen, I feel heard. I'm going to meet people that they're going to elevate me. And these choices, the choices that I make, they're all beautiful. There's no wrong choice that I make. If I am making a choice out of love, then that's my presence at that moment and at that time. So number two, I learned your wounds are part of the masterpiece. The cracks, the lessons, the heartbreak, they are not mistakes. They are textures that give depth to your soul's art. So every pain, every belief that I was holding on, see, all that, I don't want to erase them, but then I got to see them. I got to see the love, and that was carrying me through every heartbreak I went through, every pain I went through. They were demanding something out of me, and which is growth. At the end of the day, I came to understand that my wounds are the lights. So in this situation happened, and out of that, it taught me, I am a patient person. I could hold it down like that. I was silenced for a long time at the end of the day, but I didn't crack. I still had that energy to still rise up. Every time I fall, I rose up. I would find ways to move through, you know. So they are beautiful. They are beautiful. Don't let your pain drag you down. That pain or whatever happened to you, your soul called it so that you could learn something. So don't don't define your whole life through one situation or one event that happened. You know, every event that happens to us, every wound that we carry at the end of the day, these are trophies to show how resilient we are, how strong we've become. You see, how we find meaning into our lives at the end of the day. So the third, creation requires presence. Just like an artist must be present with their work, we must slow down and listen to our inner voice. Self creation happens in awareness. No, so in our daily lives, we always doing this, we up and down. We forget to slow down and listen. Listen to our inner voice. You'll find yourself, you want to do something, you go and ask for advice. You want to do this, you ask someone for their opinion, forgetting that you have all the wisdom within yourself. You forget that you are the creation that was brought to actually crack that code that you're desperately asking for, opinion outside instead of listening to yourself. And only yourself will guide you to your higher being, your highest, because you understand. It's just that you are held up by fear of getting it wrong, fear of being seen, fear of you must ask before you actually do something out of your own will. This raises you to discover that you have a free will, you have a will too. And it's better you do it your way and see it to the last brick, or do it in someone else's way and come back, because if it falls, it's going to take you back to the same spot until you learn your own strength, until you learn to listen to yourself. Number four, learn comparison steals your art. No masterpiece tries to look like another. Your path, your rhythm, your expression is sacred and unique. The more you compare yourself, the more you feel you're not enough. When you compare yourself, you feel you're not doing what's supposed to be done. When you compare yourself, you're dimming your own light. You're forgetting that you are perfect the way God created you to be. You're unique, and that's why you express differently. That's why your rhythm is tender. That's why your rhythm is wild, because you're a different being, and people are meant to learn through you in the different way that you are. So if you're trying to fit in someone else's shoe or a box or to look like this person, then how are we going to experience you? How are we going to experience your wholeness? How are we going to experience your being? We need your cracks, we need those falling and standing, we need all those so that we get to learn. I get to learn as well at the end of the day. So carry your own uniqueness along the way, knowing that it's present because you are present in this universe, knowing that it's shiny, it's magical, it's here to tell a story, it's here to teach, it's here as an offer of growth to someone else at the end of the day. Number 5, I learned that devotion to the soul shapes beauty. When you nourish your spirit with love, gratitude, silence, and faith, your life begins to reflect divine beauty. The more grateful you are, the more you get to see more. The more grateful you are, the more you get to see the light in you. The more grateful you are, the more you get to see the guidance that's holding you with so much love. The more grateful you are, the more you get to see the beauty in you, the beauty that was purposefully constructed for the universe to experience. The more you start to understand your wholeness, the more you start understanding how important you are, your presence is to this universe. Carry yourself with love, express yourself with love. I cannot give you the formula to hone to yourself, but then when you awaken that intention and acknowledge that every day I am walking with love, then you start experiencing love through your own being. You know, for me, I experience it in this way that I am expressing, and I'll keep on expressing. And it doesn't have to look like mine, it doesn't have to look like the other person, but you, your own self, you get to trust that this is my own reflection. Mm. And number 6, I learned your energy is your signature. The way you love, speak, forgive, and move through the world becomes the signature of your soul. So I've always been told I'm a calm person, and at some point I didn't take it so well. You know, everyone will find fulfillment with my energy, but only me. Only me, I didn't understand my energy. Only me, I thought, I always like to stay indoors, or if I am in a group, I love to be behind or just a place where I am not seen because I didn't trust my energy. I was fearful of my energy. I thought me being not seen or quiet in some places, I am safe. I am safe and no trouble will come. You know, I won't cause any harm, no harm will come alongside me or anything. So I chose silence. I chose not to be seen as safety. In truth essence, me being the being of love, I am supposed to be seen. I am supposed to be experienced as the being that I am, because I am not only here for me, I am here for others as well. And until I learn my presence, I learn to hone to my energy, I learn to understand my energy, then I will know how to give it out. I will know how to receive. I will learn how to, to magnify my essence. I will learn how to bloom in my essence. I will learn how to stand in my essence without feeling that I'm being shaken, without feeling of fear at the end of the day. So number 7, I learned self-creation is a lifelong unfolding. Just like art evolves, so do you. You're never finished. You're always becoming. Sorry. This journey, this path that you step on, it's a lifelong unfolding. Every day you get to discover yourself. Every day you get to discover a new strength in you. Every day you get to magnify your connection with your creator. You get to be more grateful. You know, not like, okay, fine, this journey has, has plucked me from some places and put me in these places where I feel whole, I feel blessed, I feel abundance. So now when you are in it, then you are in it. Every day you have that joy of waking up and experiencing life because you've discovered life is you yourself, life is your presence, life is your choices, your thoughts, your desires. Because how you choose, it's how you bring it to reality at the end of the day. If I am choosing out of fear, then I will see my reality as fear. Everything that comes my way, the path that I am walking, it will be filled with so much fear. Like the way it was for me. I could not speak for myself. I will shun myself away. I will always let someone be ahead and me I'll be behind because it felt so safe. As in, digging myself deeper down and down so that I cannot be seen. And I love the art of speaking. I love the art of giving love and expressing love. But how was I going to reflect all that if the presence of me was, dimming my light, shining away, not being able to speak of? How was I going to step into this person that I see myself as this person when I think of, I feel joyful. Even me, I got to learn from others through seeing other people speak. I get to carry what aligns with me, what doesn't align with me. I let it. And that led me to see life as the love that I am. Joyful, bubbly. I don't mind what comes along my day. I know it's meant to be there. It's meant to be there. And with this energy, it has given me, it's giving me that energy to actually try my wildest dreams, carry myself to. It's just beautiful. It's honestly beautiful. And the last, the divine is the silent co-creator. When you surrender and trust the flow of life, you realize you're not shaping yourself alone. Something sacred is guiding the process. Yeah, I wanted to feel the connection with my creator and understand it. And along the way, I won't tell you at this date or this time, but when everything clicked, it's when everything, I got that awareness and clarity that I am not alone. I've always been guided. That's why when I look back at my past, I see the love that was carrying me, changing changing the victim creation of me, that the way things were happening to me, to being the sole creator of myself. Like, knowing that every choice, it's God guided. Every thought, it's God guided. So my creator is showing me the way, is teaching me the way, but because I didn't know how to listen, I was only because we were never taught that love looks like this. For me, even growing up, I knew love is from two people who are in love, man, woman, 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 man, man. As in, it was that kind of intimacy. That's what I knew about love. I didn't know that there was self love, and that will be a topic of another time. We will speak about this love. That I could love myself, and loving myself will show me or will lead me to discovering my wholeness, discovering who I am, deepening that connection with my creator. I didn't know that, but stepping into this path, the path has shown me all that. The path has taught me all that. The path has taught me the strength that I am, and that void I used to feel, I am grateful. I feel it so full, and hence me being here and wanting everyone to actually understand the depth of love within themselves. Every day you wake up with that presence, you're joyful because you are aware of the presence in the universe every single day. It doesn't matter how it looks like. You know that you are there and you are grateful, and you start becoming more and more grateful because now you understand the essence of living, the essence of being in life, and you start looking and following from within, not from without. And yeah, today I wanted to share that massive feel with you, my loves, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. This is I Am Listening. Bye.